Hello guys, welcome back to my book club. The book of today, Law of Attraction, How to Attract Money, Love and Happiness by David R. Hooper. We're going to talk about 6 big ideas in this book, and we're going to cover most of this book today in our summary. So, big idea number 1, attraction is scientific. Mostly we see attraction as a feature someone or something possesses. It can also be a process of experiencing chemistry with someone. Attraction is not only sexual. David Hooper insists that attraction is compelling energy. It manifests in our seeking for the qualities or phenomena that have the potential to make us complete. We reach out to beautiful, smart, funny people with good judgment and high standards because we want to improve them in ourselves. Nevertheless, attraction can be mistaken for a limited, unconditional power. It's not. So, Einstein says, the most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious, it's the source of all true art and all science. How to whom this emotion is a stranger who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead, his eyes are closed. We can render attraction as a vector when, for example, you like someone but this person doesn't want you back. However, it can work both ways. In scientific terms, attraction is the power of gravity, alongside other 3 forces: electromagnetism, strength, and weakness. It permeates nature and extends far beyond the interactions between people. Therefore, attraction can be effective over significant distances. Sir Isaac Newton proved this point by formulating the law of gravitation. Briefly, it tells us that each object in the world draws the next thing. Albert Einstein's theory of relativity states that everything in the world exists solely for this purpose. Today, scientists and psychologists still don't have a final count of how it works. Indeed, such a familiar yet complicated phenomenon is difficult to slice and dice. Desisted, this power would lose its component of mystery. Scientific understanding is limited, therefore attraction merely remains a mystery until now. This is an insight that you can keep in mind. The universe is a coherent whole, however groundbreaking they might have been. Newton's and Einstein's laws work only on planet Earth. They don't explain the subtle riddles of the entire world. Even between us, earthly humans, attraction may become an irresistible force that overpowers our rational, pragmatic minds. Did you know, according to Albert Einstein, all celestial bodies took shape through the power of attraction? Big idea number 2, the power of love keeps the universe in order. The powers of attraction and love are mutually intertwined. The latter is capable of ousting every other urge from your life. Think about the time you fall in love with someone. Now compare how much you want to eat or sleep with the desire to spend time with the person you like. The way we experience love changes with time, but this power has the potential to keep us together forever. The world's most popular spiritual traditions see love and attraction as mutually supportive forces. They tend to explain the latter through the former one. Some spiritual teachers even favor love more because it proves more apt to keep 2 people together for good. So there is an insight. In human relationships, the power of attraction can wear off, but the power of love might heal. As we remember from the previous chapter, every object can potentially attract any other entity. Some items are drawn to each other on the bedrock of their differences, thus they seek ways to complete each other. However, the objects don't necessarily maintain this connection forever. Something else might break them apart. This logic suffices for human relationships as well as the order of the universe. Galaxies gravitate towards each other, back and forth. Our understanding of this phenomenon is still a bit superficial. It cannot account for all the complexity this power comprises. So David Hooper David Hooper says, love is the thing that is found at the end of the road when all of our intricate concepts of separation and division will eventually leave us unfulfilled. Love cannot clarify all the world's mysteries or be used as a scientific explanation. Science grows on phenomena that can be calculated and studied in the smallest detail. However, looking into the depths of things, today's pundits refuse to see the bigger picture. Love can be a much discussed dark matter. It makes things complete in their totality. Being a unique kind of energy, love offers valuable insights into the meaning of wholeness. Love has the potential to make you one with yourself, heal what's broken, and attract the person who can make you complete. A reasonable mind will suffice with scientific data and facts, whereas our emotional one will feast upon the irrational power of love. Perhaps science could also recognize and learn to utilize this power. Did you know? Love is an active creative force that targets unification rather than division. Big idea number 3, love and separation help us understand ourselves. Love means unity. Being in love, we have our energies flow as one, completing each other in several ways. When circumstances contribute towards separation, we can learn who we are by estimating what we have temporarily lost. Splitting is a painful process, especially touching upon couples that were together for many years. Nevertheless, it also gives us space to define and value what matters. Most people see separation as a problem, not an opportunity. In science, separation is essential. We need to segregate truth from falsehood, facts from mess, data from speculation. We need this kind of knowledge to guide us in ethical decision making. However, it will not make us happier, nor will it enrich our lives with meaning. Love is the light at the end of the tunnel, and we all gravitate toward it to heal the scars of separation. In love, we don't focus on the differences, and instead we feel grateful for all the things we have. Both love and separation help us appreciate ourselves and the world around us. But there is one catch: when divided, we have to go through pain to see the light. It takes courage, and as a result makes us stronger. Failing affection for someone else, we need to love ourselves first. As we do, we rarely judge other people. Moreover, we feel complete without someone else constantly reassuring us of our worth. Remember, loving myself makes my love for another person more powerful. When you don't concentrate on your flaws or whatever you might think is wrong with you, your heart is open to love. David Hooper says, by instilling our emotional energy into certain things, we call them toward us each day. Did you know attraction broadens our horizons, as we understand, internationally or otherwise, what another person had that lacks in us? Big idea number 4, we become what we think about. Maintaining a positive outlook on life doesn't mean ignoring your actual problems or smiling when you feel like bursting into tears. On the contrary, it implies acknowledging what is real, pain and suffering included in your life, but concentrating on the good, hopeful, and optimistic things. Once we succumb to our fears and insecurities, they will become the only reality we see. The more we make our brain look for them, the more negativity we encounter on a daily basis. Sooner or later, everywhere we look are enemies and disasters, feeding on our ever-growing anxiety. We attract things into our lives by paying attention to them. We attract things into our lives by paying attention to them. Before something comes into being, we need to conceive the idea of it. Anticipating happiness, pleasure, and hope will unmistakably bring them into your life. They will come with people, events, and situations that will reinforce your positive thinking. Even if you tend to see your life as unfolding in circles, at least make them virtuous, not vicious. Many of us are used to preparing for the worst. We keep apprehending horrible things to come. The good news is that habits can be broken. Certainly, it will take time and willpower to change the way you are, but the result will exceed all your expectations. The law of attraction helps us to draw what is best in our lives. In this way, we will avoid the fears and confusions and find the love and understanding along the way. Extremes meet. This well-known saying reflects the main principle of the law of attraction. Differences seek to complete each other. Sometimes we look at couples and find it hard to figure out why they are together. One person is active and sporty, whereas this partner is somewhat a couch potato. However strange that might seem on the surface, their different energies push away and pull close, vibrating in the depths of their psyches. David Hooper says, although it may be true that opposites seem to attract, it's an even greater truth that opposites are only kept together by underlying vibration of love. The power of attraction may be viewed as a necessary precondition for the power of love to manifest. The latter is much bigger and it embraces the former one. Big idea number 5, negative thinking manifested through the ideas of the void. A void is an empty space of the unknown. Anything can be lurking upon us in the void. David Hooper clarifies that the void comprises all the potential negativity we carry. Metaphorically speaking, we can imagine a closet where we keep everything we don't like or know how to use but feel conscious to throw it away. As time passes, the stack of things, aka our negativity, overgrows the space we have in the closet. One way or another, it tries to find its way out. It manifests in the form of different breakdowns and illnesses. When we identify our negativity, our awareness rises, offering us more spiritual freedom. There is a way to avoid giving into the power of negativity. First, we should start gradually dealing with all the problems we hide in the closet. Second, we need to create larger, brighter, more attractive contexts to turn our attention to. Regarding the first one, people might be regretting their past actions or apprehending future ones. Here, the fear of the unknown takes over rationality. Negativity about the things that haven't even happened yet swells and replaces the person little by little. Very soon, people interacting with this person see only negativity and decide that this communication is not worthwhile. Without realizing what we are doing, we attract specific ideas into our lives. Often we cannot see this because we don't see the immense power that our minds possess. We find later that we are very depressed and experiencing a sense of emptiness in our lives, but we don't know why. Again, only upon identifying the problem we can start working on it. Lao Tzu says, to the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Our life events have a hue of subjectivity, as they all pass through our consciousness and are measured against our previous experiences and beliefs. Therefore, it's fair to say that we create our reality. We attract into it everything we see as worthwhile. It may be both positive and negative things. We choose to retain the void as long as the negative emotions we derive from it suit our body's chemical balance. It's a known fact that negative emotions of grief, hate, and fear, for example, are much heavier and last longer in our organism than the light and even etheric feelings of happiness, joy, and even love. However, as soon as we realize that we don't have to be experiencing the negative to deserve the positive, the void will start growing smaller and smaller. Did you know you will not make your fear disappear by running away from it? Treat fear as an empty idea with zero charge. This way it won't have power over you. Big idea number 6 and the last one, our career is also part of our spiritual life. We often think that work and career have nothing to do with our spirituality because we are measured with money through them. Jobs require a lot of our time and effort, as well as our physical and intellectual skills. Thinking that we need careers only to survive breeds negativity. People raised in Eastern spiritual traditions learn from the very childhood the necessity to stay detached from money and material wealth. In some cultures, money is the root of all evil. Many post-Soviet intellectuals still believe that being poor means being noble. They even take secret pride in being superior to the greedy rich. By now, you should be able to see how the negativity level grows. Any job, even an unskilled one, can be a spiritual pursuit because it's not the job you work on but yourself doing the job. This thesis turns negative thinking into a constructive one. There's an insight. You can keep your life simple while still paying attention to details that make its bulk. Many people that choose a career depart from the premise of how much money they can get for it and how likely they are to get promoted. Money plays a vital role because it's a specific kind of energy we get in return for the energy we spend doing our work. When we allow ourselves to think of money as evil, we repulse the potential energy it could give us. Moreover, it's essential to think big, as our thoughts have the power to attract its objects. So, in conclusion, the law of attraction regulates all basic interactions between things, phenomena, and people, everything from the smallest particle to a vibrant galaxy. All items can draw everything else, but things don't stay interconnected forever, as some new pair may form. The power of attraction has not been clarified yet by science, not least because of the serious researchers' lack of interest. Therefore, a certain degree of mystery behind attraction still exists. Perhaps the unknown is probably what makes the appeal so compelling. The attraction is not boundless, but it can be somewhat controlled. The law of attraction asserts that whatever we think possible becomes possible. If we spend most of the time concentrating on our regrets about the past, we see no future. And whatever new happens in our life is already regretted by past. We see no future. Whatever new happens in our life is already regretted by our trained brains. In case we learn to despise money as dirt and corruption, they will never find the way to our pockets. In a different light, when we learn to be thankful for every positive thing that happens to us, we will be getting used to attracting the best possible into the canvas of our being. So, at the end of the summer, guys, you can try this. Positive thinking is not just a trendy gimmick. You can teach your brain to produce positive reactions and expectations. Follow these steps to get in a more peaceful, positive state of mind. Number 1, examine your thoughts. Start with 5 minutes. Identify your recurrent negative thoughts. Number 2, at the end of the day, write down at least 3 good things that happened to you or the ones that you made possible. 3, find at least one person to thank and do it. Help other people when your help is wanted. Number 4, choose to be around positive people. Number 5, take care of your spiritual and physical realities. Number 6, find the time to do something you love and enjoy. So that's it for today's summary, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. So comment below and share with me, guys, your ideas. What do you think of this book? And what are the most insightful that sticked in your mind from this summary? So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. See you next time.